Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A little change here for a little while, but hey, bear with me. Do you remember, probably you remember a great number or amount or a figure of people killed by Stalin. These are the words usually these guys drop on us. Stalin killed this many people. And they come with, I don't know, 20 million, 15 million, 3 million, 5 million, however they feel in a particular day. Now, it is true that during Stalin's time, people were killed based on some orders and some policies. And the policies were instituted, put in place because they were afraid that he's going to be overthrown, and he had to make sure that he had the power, full power over the Soviet Union. I'm not saying that, and what I'm about to say to defend anybody. They're dead, so they can't defend themselves if they wish, and I'm too small to even dare to defend this kind of people. Anyway, what's going on here? I'm just trying to make a parallel between Stalin and how he is loaded with all these millions of people that he did not meet, with Zelensky, who's giving some orders, made some, I don't know, under the martial law, that he can do a lot of things. So under his reign, certain things happen. I wonder if those things will be put on his shoulders as those crimes are put on Stalin's. And I'm going to make my case a little bit later. Let me just show you what Zelensky did. Basically, let me show you. Ukrainska Pravda. Zelensky imposes further sanctions against individuals and legal entities. So he imposes sanctions against individuals. Do you think that he knows those individuals? Obviously not. Do you think he knows those legal entities? Probably not. So what I'm trying to say here is he's put in front of him a list based on an order that he, during the martial law, instituted, put in place, or together with those guys in the Rada, in their how do you call it, Congress, how do you want to call it, the lawmakers. But those guys do not have much power, because when it is martial law, this guy can eliminate those guys. He has more power than they have, that's for sure. So they function because he allows them to function, basically. If Zelensky wants tomorrow to get rid of the Rada and all those guys over there in the parliament, he can do that. I don't think they can do that legally, but nevertheless, my point here is Zelensky sanctions people he doesn't know. Stalin signed for people to be sent to the gulags or killed without even knowing them. We count those people as Stalin killed them. He signed those lists. The same, this guy, he sanctioned those people without knowing who they are. Who put together those lists for both Stalin and Zelensky? Some lower bureaucrats, and lower and lower and lower. So when Stalin received that list, or Zelensky received that list, that was put together by someone else, and someone else, and someone else. Now, if you have, and I'm talking about Soviet times, if you worked, let's say, in the secret police, and you had a problem with a neighbor, you could push that guy to be on the list, and your word against that word worked then. So you would be pushed on the list, and they would be signed by Stalin out of 3,595, the evening list. Okay, so let's look at this guy here. Clown. Zelensky has signed into law the decision of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council on the application of the amendments to personal special economic and other restrictive measures, sanctions, adopted November 18, 2023. The Secretary of NSDC is to supervise the implementation of the NSDC decision that the President has brought into effect. The decree takes effect on the date of publication. The sanctioned individuals include Dmitry Sablin, Dmitro Svitash, Dmitro Bababa, 100 other individuals are specified in another appendix to the NSDC decision signed by the President. The sanctions list also includes 37 legal entities. The sanctions are imposed for 5 and 10 years respectively. On March 10th, Zelensky signed into law the NSDC's decision to sanction 120 individuals and 287 legal entities. My point here is this. Obviously, Zelensky does not have time to look into that. He's put the list, he signs it based on the law that he signed and whomever did what. My point is this. His signature, without knowing who those guys are, because it's the way government works, you delegate power and authority. They did their job. He just signed based on the law. But everything, those will be placed on him, not on the people who put the guys on the list. Because if I ask you, who are the guys who put together those lists for Stalin, you definitely don't know. You're not going to remember Yogoda or Kaganovich or other guys who themselves, how many people did they know? 10, 15, 20? How many people do you meet in your life in order to know what exactly they think or what exactly they said? 200? 50? 20? So the people who put those lists are way below, and some of them paid certain things to others, if you know what I mean. Like, how do you call it? Retaliated against other neighbors, people that they didn't like, people that they saw on. Some people were, they fit under that certain law or directive, and then the guy signed it. But now we know that Stalin killed them, not those guys actually who put them on the list. So here we're gonna hear actually this guy Zelensky sanctions those guys. Now those guys, when those guys will, if they can retaliate, who do you think they will retaliate against? The guys who they don't even know, put them on the list, or Zelensky? So Zelensky will be the target. Now obviously what Stalin decreed and what these guys decreed is different things. But he also agreed with many arrests, and he signed all kind of documents that, with fighting against the collaborators. The same. He does not know the collaborators. Other people know the collaborators. And he agrees with what these guys say. My point is, you are accused of something that you probably did not even know what the hell, who those people were. But you are. Stalin is. He created that. He implemented it. How? He signed a paper, puts together a list made by others. The same with Zelensky. He signs a paper. What was the word? Sanctioned. He sanctioned people for 10 years without even knowing them. Why? Because other people put them on the list. I have to trust those people, right? We see how we can trust people in Soviet times. So what makes you think that these guys are, not human? Why do I say not human? I'm not trying to imply that they are bad people. I'm just implying that they are humans. And I don't think I'm implying, I'm saying they are humans. And in these circumstances over there, humans turn into something else, into real humans, not what we pretend we are here. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.